Sure, he doesn't have to make any crucial times in this game because you'd probably say that he needs his second game, does Amir?
Yeah. He certainly does. These are very key points in this final. A 2-0 to Gaultier.
Yes, let. 6-all.
Gaultier has only lost once in his career when he's been 2-0 up. That was against David Palmer in the World Open, of course. The final. What a time to do it. Oh, that was beautiful.
So that's what I was referring to before, Adrian. Easier said than done, but structured a great rally there, pinned him back, and the margin for error wasn't as tight as it had been in previous shots there. He played it in because the corner was free.
Yeah, absolutely. He had Gaultier all over the place there. And it's not always like with typical Amir Shabana, he's not always one to try and construct a rally, though. He tries to kill shots from all possible angles. He has changed things a little here.
I think that's why he's improved. Why he's become more consistent, though. He was always capable of that massive performance before, but I think that structure of the rallies is how he's gone on from that to win tournaments and become number one in the world. He's still capable of those winning shots, but he's playing them at less risk moment, and then if you throw in the odd winner from a more risky position, and then you've got a lethal combination. I think before he was almost relying on those shots, and then if you have a bad day, then it can be a really bad day at the office.
Well, that's a rare mistake from Gaultier's racket.
8-6.
And of course, Shabana's got this amazing record. 8 finals he's won. The last 8 finals he's played in, he's taken home. It just shows he's got real good mental strength. When the pressure is on the big occasion, he rises to it. And now it's Shabana's turn.
From Greg there.
Yeah. There's a round of applause here, but now it's incredible. Just this last sort of 3-4 minutes from Gregory bossing the rallies, it's now Amir bossing the rallies.
I think you've seen a bit of period of sustained and applied pressure from Amir, and it was an unforced error the last rally from Greg, but it was almost a result that he needed to get out because he'd not been let off the hook for a few rallies, and he looked for the cheap one and it wasn't on.
Yeah. Well, it's been an absolute joy to be here in Boston at the squash. Lovely pick up from Shabana. There's a real feeling about the game of squash here. We travelled down the road earlier on today, went to the Rackets Club just down the road, and 3 lovely, beautiful squash courts there.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Well, in a message from Mr. John Whitfield, who we know very well back in England, asking really a question to you, Nick, but John is saying that do you think that Greg really is up for this? As Greg does get tired in tournaments, and when he gets to finals, he hasn't got a great record in finals, which I suppose goes back to an earlier point that you were saying you were surprised that maybe Greg's fitness isn't the best there is on the tour. Oh. Well, Amir built that rally up. And we just watched a replay of it while you can think of an answer to that question. John picks the good ones. Incredible, wasn't it? He built the rally up and then just tinned it. Did everything
7-9.
all the way there. Nice to see you in England, John. And welcome aboard.
It's past his bedtime, I think,
yeah.
Is it?
Probably watching Channel 5 or something like that at this time of night.
No, I think it's surprising that Greg's not got a better record in finals. I think it's safe to say that will be the simple answer is that will improve in the coming years. There's no doubt about that. I've had the same thing before. Personally, it's hard to comment exactly on what Greg's going through. From a personal point of view, I think I had a pretty poor record in the final, and I think I've won my last 2 or 3 times. I've got not quite the 8 in a row that Shabana's done. I think that as you mature as a player, you get more stronger in those situations mentally more than anything, and obviously you're getting through fresher physically as well, and that's a good combination. I think we saw Shabana just won maybe 13 out of 18 finals, and if he's won 8 in a row, if you think previously that was only 5 out of 11, say, for example. So you know, he's taken time to mature and strengthen up as a player.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I had a really interesting chat. There's an apology from Shabana there, and here we are. It's 1-1. You just know that this one is going to be a great final, and well, both players, we've not seen the sparkling squash I think we saw on that first semi-final, and we certainly saw earlier on in this event with Ramy Ashour in particular looking fantastic, and your match against Shabana also. But there's plenty more to come, and well, let's have a quick look. Let's see a few slides here we'll bring up. As well, there's a good crowd here today. It was pretty packed yesterday. These are the major tournament finals going back to February of this year, and as you see, Thierry Lancu taking 3 finals there: Canary Wharf, Liverpool, and English. He seems to like the air in England. And Amma Shabana there beating you, Nick, at TOC 3-0. Sorry to rub it in. Amma Shabana beating Peter Nicol. He was on a roll there, really, and that final against Peter Nicol, it was terrible for me. I had an athletics event. I had to be up at 5 in the morning. I went to bed at 3:30 in the morning, having watched that match live in Bermuda. And that was just after Peter had won the Commonwealth Games, and it really just showed that, you know, Amma had been playing so well, but it just showed what a talent Peter Nicol was for the game. That he really lived with Amma in that final, and that was probably one of the best matches I've seen. And well, not so bad at the British Open for you, Nick. What a win that was. How does it feel? Like, you can sit back with your carpet slippers on when you're with your grandkids and everything and say, I was British Open champion. There's not many people around who can actually say that.
Yeah, the goal now is to say that it wasn't a flash in the pan though, because I also won this and the other. But no, that's the goal, and hopefully it will happen.
There's plenty more years for that to happen.
There's tough guys like these two around, and they're both at an age where they're going to be around for a good few years as well. And the likes of Ramy, who's young, James is young, and there's no way you can say you're going to win 10 British Opens, put it that way.
Absolutely, yeah. It's the game is very different these days for sure, and it's so exciting. And the thing is, you know, the guys are also all jolly good guys as well. It's really good fun to be on the tour, and it's the squash is fantastic, and the camaraderie is fantastic. As Amma starts off with that was a shot of intent, wasn't it? There,
it was. Again, talking from past experience, this court is actually in this venue. It's a big open air venue, and it does get a little bit dead at the start of each game. The court, you're seeing the players using the height a lot to get the ball to the back.
Oh, what a great get from Gaultier.
But when the ball does go dead at the start of each game, there's no one better than Shabana to get a cheeky couple of quick points. And, you know, that can be the difference between winning a game 11-9 or losing it 11-9. And he's definitely spot on at getting a couple of quick ones at the start there.
Yeah. He is very good. Both players have a little discussion. He's very good in the match against yourself. You know, there was an incident that happened late on, and you obviously not concentrating 100% on your game. Suddenly, Amma won 3 points in like no time at all, and it was like he was very good at just winning quick points when he senses that his opponent isn't totally on the ball. He did it against Ramy Ashour. Like, Ramy started off just a little bit slow. Suddenly, he's 5-0 down, and when you're playing to 11, that's absolutely key. It's a really interesting period now for this match. 1-1. Gaultier.
So Craig's going to having to do a lot of good pickups at the start of this game.
Gregory had, just mishit. Totally, he's looking at the ground in disgust.
2-love.
Looks like he's just starting to turn the screw here, does Shabana?
Interesting thing, of course, is that Shabana didn't really have a sparkling junior career. It's Shabana's turn to play a poor shot.
1-2.
Did you ever see Shabana on the radar at the junior level?
He was always well known as being one of the best players to watch from a very early age. You know, he was fantastic racket skills. You know, he'd be the first one to admit he didn't always match that with the application in those days, but he was certainly probably at his age he was probably the best player in the world, but didn't quite do it in the junior level, but he's certainly doing it now.
And Gregory Gaultier is just absolutely distraught there. He built up a perfect winning position for a shot, and the thing was, well, that was his frustration coming through.
And out.
He actually hit the tin about halfway up. He was miles away there. Well, we will be in Sheffield in January for the British Junior Open, and well, I was going to say, you know, we'll see the next Ramya Shah. Literally, you are seeing the next one, because Ramya Shah is the reigning British Junior Open champion under 19 level. Incredible to think that he's now solidly in the world's top 10, and well, his ranking's only going to get higher. Oh, well, that one had a strange bounce at the back. We'll just look at this on the replay as we got a 3-all. A few loose shots here from both players. Oh, yeah, sidewall, Nick. Good time for that to happen.
Which side? Right side, please.
Gregory's had a much more illustrious junior career, of course. I remember him in the final of the World Juniors in Milan, 2001. That's a lovely boast.
Yes, let.
Greg once says he got the nick.
Yes, let. Can you see from there? I can see perfectly fine, thank you.
Well, here's the replay. There's the shot. And he, wow.
Yes, I can see perfectly
Close one.
fine, thank you.
Yes, let. 3-all.
Gregory
On the right side.
offers an apology to the referee, Mike Riley. Of course, Greg is aware that...
Play on, please.
No, just telling you, if the ball doesn't come up, it's a let. Yeah?
Well, Mike Riley not offering any response there. I think Greg, you saw that, Nick. It did nick, didn't it? But it did bounce a little bit, so it was a tough one.
Yeah, we keep saying we've got the benefit of the replay, and that one actually, first up, it looked like a nailed on let. When you saw it again, it did actually sit down quite a lot in the nick, so he had a bit of a point. But we've commented before, it's not the ideal spot for the ref to be sitting on the very front row. They're quite low down, and they're almost at about shin height of the players, and it's not going to be great to see the front corners.
Shabana's trainers let him down yet again here. We'll just have a look at this on the replay. This is the last match that Shabana's going to play with this brand of trainers. He's had real problems all week. And there you see, he didn't do anything particularly special, and yet his foot went away from him. There's quite a bit of plastic on the side of the trainer, and if that catches on the wood, apparently he just planes off and doesn't grip. He's not done bad, of course. He's got through to the final. They can't be that bad. Confusion between the players.
You didn't guess.
Well, these are pretty key points here now. 4-all in the third. But I need to just double check. That could actually be 5-4 Gaultier. Oh, that's a beautiful finish.
6-4.
Okay, that's corrected. Now 6-4. Oh, what a shot from Greg.
Commented before, it looked like Army was getting on top at the start of this game, but it's changed. It just shows you how quickly things can change.
Yeah. He's really... It's just changed again, hasn't it? And it's now Greg who's bossing it, and... It's had so many phases of play, and we're only halfway through the third game here. And another shot from Shabana doesn't come off.
8-4.
Well, when it works, it's absolutely beautiful, but when it doesn't, it can be horrible at times. It's discussed there from Shabana.
Yes, let. From the right side, please. 8-4.
Of course, Gregory so close to calling himself world champion. 4 match points in that game, and well, he'd beaten Shabana in his own backyard just beforehand at the Pyramids the day before in the semi-finals. A real blow to Shabana. He's really attacking here. Oh,
that's great play.
Beautiful shot. And Gaultier lived with Shabana.
9-4.
Trying shot out attack
side,
after
please.
attack, and well, it wasn't a particular weak shot really from Shabana there, was it? He just knew where he was going to be. And 9-4. Been playing for 36 minutes here in this final. Shabana matches are typically pretty short. Oh, it's absolutely nailed that one. Greg's defending so well. Oh, another pickup. And now it's on the other foot, and Shabana's guessed. Oh, what a great retrieve from Gaultier. And now he's got a chance.
What a fantastic rally.
Oh, it's an absolute joy. That's got to be the best rally of the match. There was attack after attack from Shabana. He's really trying to get back in here.
10-4, game ball.
And can you believe Greg Gaultier winning that point after defending on so many occasions? A little sly look across at Shabana. 10-4, 6 game balls here in game 3. To take a 2-1 lead, and well, I think it would be fair to say this would be Gregory's biggest win in his career if he took this final. And that's good enough.
Third game for Gaultier. 11-4. Gaultier leads 2 games to 1.
Amma Shabana, in frustration, swipes at the ball on the floor. And here we go. Only 10 minutes that third game. And just incredible, Nick. The phases of play that happened there, that Shabana was bossing it so much early on and was dominating. And it's strange how it can happen in squash, isn't it? Then suddenly Greg turns it on. And Shabana's, you know, hitting loose shots, as we see some of our... Stephen Line, one of our squash cameramen here. It's incredible how that can happen, Nick.
Absolutely. Commentator's curse there, I think it was, because I just commented on how much Shabana looked like he was turning the screw, and no sooner I'd said that, and Greg reeled off about 7 points in a row almost in the end, or 7 out of 8, and turned the game on its head. And it wasn't flamboyant. It was almost like he was the one who was turning the screw. He was working the ball around. They weren't outright winners, and he forced a few errors, and he some great pickups, and he thoroughly deserved to run away with that in the end.
Absolutely. Well, here's a look at how many months in the top 10 all the currently ranked players are. Of course, Peter Nicol I forgot what his number was, but it was much, much bigger.
150, I think it was.
Yeah, it was. It was something like that. Well, Simon Park is currently the top man in this list. Obviously been around quite a long time. 90 months in the world's top 10. And Nick, you're in there. You're in at number 10, I think. So 31 months with Karim and Ong Beng Hee. There's Mark Challoner in there. Of course, Mark retired at this tournament, and you know what a great ambassador Mark's been for the sport. And you know the way he just retired in such a low-key way, and you know he just mentioned offhand to me when we were having breakfast a few days ago. Yeah, this is my last tournament, and you know I've got rickets, and it's going to be a hard match. And you know Mark's been a great player, and he's played all the top players on the tour. He gave rickets a pretty hard time in round 1. Alex Goff there, 43 times.
Is that his age or?
Yes, hello Alex. Yeah, it could be both. And Stuart Boswell just crept in there at number 13 with 26 months in the world's top 10. Always interesting to see that. And one other slide quickly. I know that you all love these stats on here, but we've got a similar slide here, which is these are months in the top 3. So obviously it's a much smaller list.
You won't see me on this one, Adrian.
So David Palmer, 51 months, just in the top 3 in the world, and it's a much more select band of brothers up there. Well, here we go. And it's do or die now for Emmett. He has to win the next 2.
I think fairly soon, if Greg wins this title, you might see his name added to that last list as well.
Good call.
Yes, let. Level.
Well, this is.
Emma didn't make much of that, but that looks like a potential for a no-let there. Obviously, he's quite focused on into the long haul on this game, not worried about the first call.
Well, it's going to be very interesting now because we've got Shabana is definitely under pressure here. He's tried a few different tactics in this match. He's tried a few things. He's varied it. He's attacked. He's definitely been misfiring. I think you'd have been quite pleased if Ahmed had played this way against you in New York. He's not having a day where he's really on the ball at the moment, and at the end of the day, he has to try and change something here because it's going Gregory's way. There you can see it's a beautiful view from that camera. It's quite strange. At most squash tournaments, we have people sat all around the court. In this situation, we just have a row of people behind the front wall, as you can see there. High-priced tickets there. You're really in the game on those seats. And then there's a matter of several hundred people behind. Oh.
Stroke Gaultier.
Well, it did everything except for the final shot, and you see he's so frustrated with that. Did everything right there, and then just played a loose final shot.
Just the wrong choice of shots on occasion from Amir there, hitting it straight back to Greg when he had the open court. Again, easy from here.
And Greg will take advantage.
Punished him.
Yeah. Quite strange, because you know for sure that 99% of the times that would have been a shot into the back corner, and there would have been a bit of blocking there. Not that that happens, of course, in the game.
The interesting thing on this court as well is that you can, as you can see there, you can see the player's reflections through the front wall. So if you're in doubt, there might be a chance for a quick glimpse as to where he might be.
That's a very,
especially
very good
call. Especially if you've got a white shirt on like Greg, you're very clear.
Yeah. You know, I never thought of that, but it is a feature on this court that the reflections you can see when you're playing, you can see the other player, yeah?
Just got to make sure that if you look, then you don't miss the ball at the same time.
Yeah. 44 minutes of play here in central Boston. Beautiful city. Had a lovely walk around this afternoon. It's incredibly warm today. And it's pretty warm out there as Shabana just nails one into the corner. He needs more of these to get back into this match. Yeah.
It was interesting you were talking about having a stroll there, because Greg looked like he was having a stroll in that rally until it was like a counter punch from Amir.
Yes, let. Yes, let. 1-2.
Dropped one in on the backhand, finished it off on the forehand, and they're the combinations that he uses when he's on the top of his game.
Oh, nice.
Yes, let. 1-2.
Lovely little exchange here, front left. All 3 games. None of them have been close. 11-5 to Gaultier game 1, 11-7 Shabana game 2, and 11-4 Gaultier in game 3. Not even close to a tiebreak in any of them.
Stroke to Shabana.
Stroke to Shabana.
Referee just
2-all.
trying to remember what his name was.
Your face was in the way of his racket.
Well, Emma's not rising to the bait. He means business here.
I've noticed that, I mean, Greg plays that shot well anyway, but he's used a lot of straight lobs on that front forehand side for him. Amir plays the backhand drop, and he's not fallen into the trap of hitting it cross-court up onto Amir's volley. You see there, he lobbed it cross-court there. He wants to keep the ball high onto his backhand, and that's a tactic he's used very well in the course of the match.
Yeah, well spotted, Nick. That is an absolute spot-on call there. And Greg even did it for you just as you was explaining it.
Yes, let. Yes, let.
He doesn't need to get frustrated here, though. He's
Look at
still
this.
in control of the matches, Greg, and stay calm and focused. And as you say, sometimes if you've not got the best record in finals, then you strive too hard almost to see the finish line, and he just needs to carry on doing what he's doing.
I don't know if Greg's aware that he's not got too clever a record in the 5th, but having said that, I really, like you confirm this, Nick, but I don't think this has been a very tough match. It's not been grueling rallies. A lot of rallies have been finished off pretty quickly.
3-2. 3-2.
I think the length of time that's been played sums it up really.
Yeah.
I think last night they perhaps would have been playing for 60 minutes at this kind of a stage. So
yeah.
Hand out. 3-all.
Well, some Egyptian being spoken there. Some Arabic from Shabana. Not too pleased with that shot. I think we do have some viewers from Egypt, although it is a ridiculous hour. I think it's something like 5 AM in Egypt. Somebody in the chat room can let me know what the current time is in Egypt, please. It'd be very nice to know that. See, quite busy in the chat room actually. As a wonderful round of applause and Greg.
4-3.
Greg is holding firm. Very busy chat room. And New Zealand, well, it's middle of the afternoon there tomorrow.
does that mean they already know who's won?
Yes. Get your bet on.